Hi, Muchismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Please like, subscribe, share the video if you found it helpful. Give it a thumbs up. Pass it on if you believe someone else would benefit from it. I would appreciate that. Well, guys, it's negative temperatures here in upstate New York. Probably -4 or 6 or more. If you're in this area, just stay in. Don't go out. If you're thinking about going out partying or hanging out or even just running into the store, I would resist that temptation, as well as other people living throughout the other parts of the world in the cold climates is probably equally as cold. Another thing, open your cabinets up under your sink in the bathroom, in the kitchen, and let that warmth of the house, warm the pipes. Years and years and years ago, that's always been advised in these below zero temperatures. Also, one more thing, your pets, make sure you check on your pets. Don't leave them out there when you let them out to do their business. Because some pets won't even, an animal a lot of times won't even yell. They won't bark. They won't do anything because they panic. And so just check on them. Matter of fact, when you let them out, stay there and just supervise and make sure they get back in safe. I guess that's it. Oh, and run the water. They say just open the faucet in the kitchen and the bathroom and the tub just a little bit of a drip. And that will relieve the pressure on the pipes. That being said, let's get into this video. We're going to talk about when you're unreachable, inaccessible by even the goons that the mob boss sends for you. Now, it's not titled all that, but this is what we're talking about. You've seen the movies. The movies don't lie. Before we awakened, we saw movies and we look back at those movies in our head. That's why, I don't have to really watch a lot of thrillers, dramas, action-packed movies, and different things like that. I see these movies every day in real life. There is so much content and information that awakened empaths consume on a daily basis. And I'm not that exposed to people like I once was. I can go out, run to the store, and in the matter of 15-minute run to the store and back, I see and observe so much of how disordered people move and behave. And so it's like a scene of bumping cars, if you will. Everybody's trying to avoid being bumped, but there are people deliberately bumping into each other, getting their thrills, just to say, I got my lick back, like Cardi B says. So let's get back to the mob boss and the goons. You've seen it. You know how this movie ends. You know how certain things in this movie transpire. So the mob boss, the narcissist, sends the goons, the minions, people pleasers, enablers. Sometimes even there will be empaths that are not awakened and in tune to the fact that they have an individuality that should be protected rather than compromised, giving off of all of your goodness to darkness. We've been there, right? And so guard your energy. That's something we can't stress enough. Your energy is everything. I was helping someone out today. They asked me to solicit my time to help them in exchange to barter off using a space to do something on a vehicle of mine at some point or another, because I don't want to be outside and I don't have a garage. I came home and I slept surprisingly for 2 or 3 hours. I just got tired out of nowhere. And I understand the energy now. They didn't do anything viciously or maliciously, although they were backhanded jokes. And, you're the clown, little snide jokes. Like normally people would just joke, man-to-man camaraderie. Sometimes when you're dealing with disordered people, they do it. You're the butt of the joke. But when you, as an empath, in your all authenticity, say something to them, it cuts like a knife. They can't take a joke, but they can use you as the punching bag, the piñata. And what it does is even when you remain stoic, that's a shift in what they are accustomed to. They gloat over that. And you can see that vacuum of energy they've extracted, or they perceive they've extracted from you. It gives them a high. But also what gives them a high is the fact that they were able to get that pot shot off unscathed in their head, because it's a release for them. But prior to that joke or whatever it is, they have this gloom on their face. And you know what brought that gloom? Your light. So even if they're deceived in their own head, thinking they've brought you down, which they haven't brought an awakened empath. An empath that's in tune, you can give them an illusion that they got over on you with a joke. They misread your somberness as sadness. They misread your stoicness as being offended. And so for that moment, they're on this thrill ride of ha ha ha. But you don't worry about these things. But by the fact that you are around them as an awakened empath, it zaps you, unbeknownst to yourself. You may move and cohabitate and work around them as co-workers, but when you get home, now you know why you're exhausted. As much as you have had little to no contact, communication, verbal interaction with them, you'll find that they will deliberately engage with you verbally, and you may give a one-word reply. Sure, okay, I see, yeah. Mm-hmm. The agreement makes them feel validated. So indirectly, even though you're being stoic, less words, less is best, they are still getting a high off of that. They getting a dopamine hit off of you, just your presence. But again, your presence in the initial stages, just your being there, it brings them down. So what they have to do to regulate that, they have to shoot you a snide comment, slick joke, or whatever. Any response is a good response to them. A hateful response, that's good. They get a lot of power off of that. So et cetera, you get that point. But back to the mob boss. The mob boss sends the goons out in the movie, and they come back. When you're inaccessible to any and everybody, you become unreachable to anyone that has propensity to get any type of intel to take back. And so in these movies, the goons go out, they're looking for the subject, which is you, and they can't find you. You see them before they see you. You avoid places not because you're afraid or intimidated or those type of things. You purposely, specifically, not so much strategically, you're working on you. And what you begin to do is on purpose decide to cease and desist your goings and comings in a major way. You often deviate from somewhere you would normally go to get a certain thing and decide to go all the way across town. You pop out and pop back in because you got work to do. You're busy. You busy working on your body, mentally, physically, intellectually, spiritually, socially meaning interacting with like-minded people here. You got plenty of work going on. You don't need the noise. And so by the fact that you are not reachable in any of those ways, and the goons come back to the mob boss and play along with me. The movies, you know how this ends. You even know they come back, boss. We couldn't find him. You know, nobody knows where he's at. You know what the mob boss does? They eventually turn on the very people they've recruited one by one. What happens in these mob movies? The mob boss gets the intel, which is nothing, He reports back. The goon reports back. The mob is sitting in a chair pretty much like I am. He has a lynchman on the right side, lynchman on the left side. The goon reports back, couldn't find him, boss. Nobody knows where he's at. I've looked all over the place. What happens? Boss. Oh, Paulie. Oh, Paulie, I thought you were the best. I thought I hired the best. That displeasure, you see it on that mob boss face. Either the mob boss does it or one of his lynchmen does it. He's already talked to them about it. What, if you don't bring me back what I want you to pop him. And you see this petrified look that goes over the goon's face. It's like, boss, give me another chance. I promise you, I'll find him and I'll do whatever it takes. When I find him, oh boy, when I find him. You know what's about to happen, right? It's about to go down in a major way. So he ends up popping this goon. No remorse. No empathy. That guy got a family, like the mob boss has. You think that matters to the mob boss, the narcissist? They don't care if you got a family. They'll get you fired from your job, knowing that you're a decent human being, but you played in the mud with the hog. And so you got dirty. It's nothing personal. It is a matter of survival. Because the mob boss is thinking if they can't find you, that means you have leverage over the mob boss. The mob boss paranoia is killing them right now because the mob boss can't keep tabs on you. The mob boss, in their mind, thinking, wonder if you're keeping tabs on them. And that is exactly where you're at as an awakened empath. Not that we care what the narcissist is doing. Yeah, we're keeping tabs on you. We already know what you're doing. That's a lot of wasted energy on physically trying to keep up with you. We're keeping abreast of who you are and what you do and how you move. We're educating ourselves on your strategies, on the lack thereof. We're drilling these things. We're doing drills of scenarios of what you do on the spectrum. We're in the lab dissecting the ingredients